Welcome back. Welcome back. You're here with It's Techie. We're going to be talking about another good topic this week, which is university expectations versus reality. But before we get into that, let's hit on the cyber word of the week. And this week is multi-factor authentication, otherwise known as MFA. What is that, Kwame?
It's just proving it's really you, usually with a code, no?
Yeah. So normally in cybersecurity, it's something you have and then something you own. Is that
and something you know.
No, sorry. Something you have and something you know. So you know your password, and then you have your phone, which will have an authenticator app, like a Google Authenticator, Microsoft one, which basically gives you a code to log into your account, whatever you want to get into. It's just an added layer of security, isn't it?
Literally, it's like a club bouncer checking ID in your face.
Exactly. So yeah, multi-factor authentication. Make sure all your accounts have that activated because we want to look after our family. So look after yourselves.
Facts.
Cool. Let's get into this topic because this is an interesting one. The expectations versus the reality of the university sort of time and experience. So what did you expect when you went to university, Kwame? Did it match your sort of fantasies?
No, not in the slightest. I just thought so I went the apprenticeship route. So people that my age mates went to uni earlier than me, or I guess as early as they could go. And hey, they were chopping life, shopping. I guess I'm saying it more from a clubbing perspective, and just how they conducted themselves at uni. Their lifestyle is not the lifestyle I had. I think being older, and when I went there, I'm respectfully surrounded by kids. I'm surrounded by kids that are years younger than me. It takes a toll, bro. I'll be real.
So it was very much overrated for you, you would say, then.
Very highly overrated.
Yeah, I think I'll level with you there, and I completely agree. I got shafted because of this thing called COVID-19. You might have heard of it.
Yes, sir.
But that screwed up my whole sort of freshers period and my whole.
Oh, was it
year.
Your from first year?
Yeah, first year we couldn't really go out. So people doing sly house parties and this, that, and the other. But yeah, you couldn't go out.
So was it like a 4-man rave? Pause.
Basically, yeah. You were my accommodation was mostly made up of females. So yeah, we had a good time, but it definitely wasn't what I expected from university or what I'd been told or what had been described to me from my sort of older cousins that had gone before. It was definitely very much overrated.
I've got to ask then, are you part of the crew that are trying to get your money back from uni because you didn't have a full uni experience?
I didn't even know about that.
You didn't know that?
Send me the link.
Nah, but
I'm
hearing
on that. I'll lawyer up. I'll go tomorrow.
No, it is. They're legit. I think it's gone to Parliament, and they're actually trying to do, I think it has gone to High Court as well. They're trying to basically say, I was a uni student during COVID. It costs, don't quote me on what it is now, probably 9K per year.
Yeah.
I didn't get my full uni experience. I'm going to need some of that money back.
Damn straight, as it should be. So, yeah, whoever, please, in the comments, drop that link so I can sort of sign that petition because I'm very much on that bandwagon. Because I know we've started an episode on the going out and all this, that, and the other, but that's a part of uni, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
That's why people go to uni. They don't go for university.
Not the sole reason,
yeah,
but it's still an experience that's had.
But that sort of, what you're mentioning is that people also didn't get their academic sort of experience that they wanted.
Yeah.
You can't learn. You can learn certain things on Zoom and Teams and this, that, and the other, but if you missed out on, I don't know, doing labs or sort of projects and experiments and this, that, and the other, then yeah, damn straight you should be asking for your money back. I think that's valid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, no, literally. Well, on that then, we'll segue into the next bit. Freshers' myths. Most overrated part.
Most overrated part. I can't really talk on this because my freshers was a bit of a booky one. It's a bit. I don't think no years before or no years after they're going to experience it how we experienced it. But I think this myth of it, everyone just being messy.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's very much, it's a lot of, to be honest, actually what it is a lot of awkward people trying to figure out who they are and who they want to hang around with.
Preach. No, it literally is. Literally is. Because similar, I'm happy you touched on that, because that's exactly my experience when I went to the freshers. So for context, I didn't start in first year. I started from second year. But obviously they got freshers every year. So I just went to the freshers. All you're seeing is man them standing by the wall.
Drink in hand.
Drink in hand. Struggling to make eye contact with girls or whatever. And you got women. You got girls that think they're too nice. I don't know, just the energy exchange in the room, it just wasn't flowing. And I think it comes from people not knowing themselves, as you said. So to me, it was kind of dead. But it's weird me coming from this perspective because, like I said, as a mature student, so people are not seeing it like how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, we've got to, I think both me and you had life experience before we went to university, but a lot of, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory term, but a lot of kids that go to university, they ain't been out of the house. So this is the first time they're touching road, the first time they got any sort of ounce of freedom.
100%.
They're just moving mad, to be honest. Freshers is I don't think there's anything like it, to be honest. I will say that I'm not trying to build it up as this amazing sort of week or time period, but it's very different to other club nights or when you go out when you're old and this, that, and the other, or when you've been out when you're younger. It's a very different environment. But yeah, if you're going into your first year, enjoy it. If you're a third year and you're still going to freshers party, look at yourself a little bit, look at yourself in the mirror. You can enjoy, but yeah, just stay away slightly.
Small enjoyment, man. It doesn't hurt. I'll be honest, in terms of the freshers week, I think the club scene of where it's all like people from an area, so not specific to the university, is probably better than what the university will host. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, that's facts.
Prove me wrong. Let me know. Go in the comments, man. Let me know what your experience was like.
Yeah, freshers is good time. A different time for me. I don't think my freshers experience is.
Did you at least get the free Domino's pizza that they give?
Oh, we did. Yes.
You did?
Oh my god. Yeah, they came onto campus. Yeah, they weren't giving out proper large pizzas.
No,
it was like a little. Not even a small.
It was the smallest pizza they can give. I couldn't even tell you the size. Small.
Yeah, that's taking me down memory lane. That is all the freebies that you get on Freshers Week. Yeah, you got to you got to enjoy that.
Hey, to the new people starting off in university, let me know they still doing that, because I know how the economy is looking. It's a bit techie out here.
And if anybody's got like a spare uni days or student beans account, send it this way, because we could do with that discount.
For real, put us on.
Now we got money to spend. Give us that discount.
Yeah, actually.
All right, okay. Let's get into the serious part of university, because there is some serious things there, and obviously, it's meant to be setting you up for life.
Correct.
So let's talk about this interesting topic regarding grades versus experience. What gets you hired?
Again, touched on this in the previous episode. I think your degree does get you hired because it's a prerequisite. But I think ultimately what gets you hired is the individual. What is it that sets you out from the rest? That is what I think is the ultimate decider. But speak on it. What do you think?
It's what we love to talk about here at It's Techie. Personality.
Mm-hmm.
How has... Personally, I don't think university shaped my personality. No, sorry. It didn't change my personality. It shaped it. Sorry. That's what I wanted to say. I've never changed the person. I am who I am. I've been that guy since day one. But it shapes your sort of understanding of different cultures, different people. Like you said, being from the Midlands, it's the first time you properly hang out with proper Londoners or proper Yorkshire lads from Yorkshire and this, that, and the other, or people from Wales, and it's all different, isn't it? People talk different.
Come on, you can't forget about the international students.
Oh, and the international students, yeah, put some respect on them. There's a lot of those because the universities love their money, don't they? So
yeah, man. Hey, I don't get how you guys do it. You're paying 3 times more
yeah,
than
same
a
experience.
UK national for the same experience.
But yeah, I agree. Personality, the what you've learned at university away from, actually no, not away from the clubbing, because that's all part of it, isn't it? Sort of the connections you've made, because you don't know, one of your boys from university could be a CEO in a few years' time, this, that, and the other.
You never know, man.
You build that trust in those relationships on those club nights. Or I know for girls, they trust other girls when they've held their hair back when they're they're vomiting down the sink or something like that, or down the toilet, sorry. But yeah, what gets you hired is the experience, not the grades. I think I agree on that point.
Yeah.
Because the grades is like, oh, you've delivered the tasks on time, which you have to do in corporate, which you have to do in any job. You have to do your job. It's not even in the fine details. That is, you get paid for doing your job, but it's about how you go about it. And I think that's where how you go about it, how you react with your teammates or stakeholders. That's how your experience and your personality shapes who you are in the real world.
But come on, I have to play devil's advocate now. Yes, I personally do agree. Experience is what I think is going to land you the role. But certain opportunities are only for graduates.
No.
So therefore, the grade is important.
Speak on that though. What do you mean?
So like, for example, a graduate opportunity, not any Tom, Dick and Harry can apply for that. It has to be somebody that's gone to university.
Yeah, but does it have to be somebody straight out of university? Because I swear I've seen people on grad schemes that are way older than 21 or 23.
But that's dependent on the organization, because sometimes they might allow intake from people that graduated a year ago, and then maybe up to 2, and then some like some organizations, rather than it being within a 2-year time frame, it could be as long as you're a graduate.
Right. Got you. But that's probably makes it a lot harder, doesn't it? Because you're not just competing with your own graduate class, you're competing with years gone by as well.
It's true.
It's just adding to the numbers.
It's crazy. And you know what is, when even just thinking about that, it's crazy because it's like, so somebody graduated 3 years ago, really good, can't land a job. Now they've been written off. They're not even eligible for that opportunity.
Yeah, facts. The person actually probably in that time taking up side jobs that they don't want to do, that's only built them. In my opinion, I'd look at if I had a consultancy or I was a company offering a graduate scheme and I was in charge of that situation, I would try not to, obviously, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I wouldn't look down on that person, because over those 3 years, the amount of sort of doubt they've probably had in whether I'm going to get this graduate role, this, that, and the other, and the amount of resilience that they've shown, I think that makes them even more valuable, if anything.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, speak on it, man, because it needs. Let's have it right. It needs to be said. There's so many people with so much potential that are being overlooked just because of this cut-off date that employer wants to set. Employers, I don't know if you're, explain the rationale behind that, or if people that are working in recruitment or HR that understand why they do that. I'd love to know, because honestly, I think you guys are really missing out.
Yeah, and can we maybe start asking the questions of these big organizations on, you're making X billion or multiple billions of dollars of revenue and profit, so why
pounds?
Yeah, pounds. Sorry. So why can you not hire more people?
It's true,
because we always say there's a job out there for everyone, which there is, but statistically there isn't. Do you know what I mean? There is a job out there for everyone, as in there's not a perfect role for everyone. I wouldn't say that.
No, I think, yeah,
there is a job that you'll get eventually. But why is it so hard? Why are the numbers so tight? Why is it that, why can, like you say, you always bring it up that there's a million graduates and there's 17,000 jobs or something like that.
Yeah.
Why can there not be a million jobs?
It's true.
What are those people? Because we're not saying that those people that didn't get hired have done something wrong, are we? Because there's no perfect CV, there's no perfect interviewee either. So why are people not getting hired? Are they not? We just said that it's not the grades versus the experience. It's a sort of combination of both, isn't it?
It has to be, but I think ultimately it's the experience that trumps. I think that edges it more. Like I said, the grades is a prerequisite. That's what brings you into the arena. But to really be playing on the pitch, to even be on the bench, it's your experience.
Yeah, because this is actually, we had this through TikTok DM. We had a member of the Techie community reach out, and they were worried after they got their university results, asking us, is a 2-2 the end of the world? How would you respond to that, Kwame, on behalf of It's Techie? Is a 2-2 the end of the world? No,
2-2 is definitely not end of the world. I want to be frank. There are some opportunities they will say you need a 2-1 and above. So you fall short of that. But to be honest, I'd say apply. There's nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. So even though it says 2-1 minimum, apply, because you don't know who's seeing it and what their perspective of you is, because you may have experience that trumps that you didn't get a 2-1, that you would be considered worth hiring. And I think, again, this is going to be an interesting topic and point, because it's another statistic I found. It said something along the lines of the BAME community don't apply for roles if they don't meet 100% of the criteria.
Wow.
We need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to put a number on it, but if I had to, I'd say if you meet at least 60%, I think you're still good for being considered.
Yeah, I've talked about this previously on other episodes about being selfish in your own journey. You need to be selfish, and you need to be a little bit cocky. And I don't mean cocky in the wrong way, as in you're trying to be the loudest person in the room and trying to change your personality. But you've got to be like, yeah, I got a 2-2, but I did X, Y, Z, and this is what it brings this out of me. And I've experienced that. I've got experience in internship, and I learned about these technical skills, these soft skills I picked up. And like we said, it's that communication. As long as you can draw, need to be able to, that art of turning a negative into a positive is quite valuable, which is not taught really. So, and another thing I would say on the sort of whole 2-2 discussion, whether that cuts off all your opportunities, is that, are we saying that it's always going to be a straight slam dunk? The whole life is not easy, is it?
No, it's not.
That whole conversation around how many times can you get back up after getting knocked down. 2-2 is not a bad grade.
No, it's not. You've passed.
Exactly.
You've completed the course. And remember, don't overlook what it took for you to even get to that point, because there's not everybody that even made it to graduation. So exactly. You should be proud of yourself, and you should be proud. Really embody it. Your grade doesn't define you.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you didn't want that 2-2. You wanted a 2-1 or a first, but come on now, stand up and fight with what you've got. What have you built outside of that 2-2? We talked about it earlier. You can't just be your grade. It's got to be your experience. It's got to be your personality, your life skills, soft skills, whatever, however you want to put it. Because if you're saying that, oh, I didn't get the 2-1, I got a 2-2, then you're essentially saying that it's all about the grade. And we know it's not.
Correct.
There's people that have gone from doing history, from doing English, and they've gone into tech positions or consultancy positions.
It's true.
Or they've gone from, maybe they got a 2-2 and they were like, oh, well, I can't get into exactly what I want to go to, but I'll alter the path.
Yep.
I'll go through, go for a different role. and then eventually I'll get over to my dream role.
No,
You've got to roll with the punches.
You have to. That's it. You can't look. You can't look backwards. It's just about moving forward. So I don't think it's the end of the world. I think you should be proud, and no one can take that away from you. You've completed what many people don't do. Not everybody even makes it to university. And you know what? That's not because they don't have to, but you are one of a select few. So be proud. Be proud.
Yeah,
ultimately.
we're standing with you there. 2-2 doesn't make you a bad candidate for a job or this, that, and the other. It adds another stripe to your belt, another something to talk about. It might not be in the initial graduate scheme interview, but it might be an interview 10 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
How did you react after you got that 2-2 and you couldn't get onto that graduate role? Oh, I sat around moping or this, that, and the other. Now, we know it's tough. It hits you deep, it does, because when you didn't get what you set out to get, but you've got to get back up. I'm quite passionate about this, but you've got to just carry on putting one foot in front of the other and stepping forward and keep 100%. On moving.
There's still many opportunities that you can embark on, even with a 2-2. And I feel sometimes what we think we want, we don't actually know that we want it. And it takes certain situations to take place or to unfold for you to truly know that. So this is not me saying be content with a 2-2 or aspire for that. If you are building, still push for the first. But if you get a 2-2, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's like, okay, that's the grade that you got whilst you're at university. But another topic we wanted to talk about is like what sort of networking did you do whilst you're at university? Because you might have got a 2-2, but you might have been a leader in X society, helped out in another society, just attended another society, and that gave you the sort of visibility and the ability to go to networking events or hackathons, or different stuff like that. That's aside from your grade, isn't it? So I'd actually say that's a bit of an underrated cheat code, wouldn't you agree?
It definitely is. There's things that you can always be doing. Like for me, sound like a broken record at this point. Me being a mature student, I actually gravitated more to my lecturers than my other peers in class, just because I was maturer in thinking anyway. So just me being, call it what you want. If you want to call it teacher's pet, we'll call it teacher's pet. But I learned so much and from my lecturers that I had, and I wouldn't have been privy to them if I didn't actively look to form a bond or good rapport with my lecturers. And that is where you find the opportunities that you wouldn't have found out.
Yeah, and I know your personality. I know you're not a teacher's pet. So
hell no. How
did you go around forming those relationships with your professors and your lecturers?
Good question. So for me, don't take offense if you do this, because it's not a problem, but I think for me, for my principles and my standards and belief, I wouldn't do it. But how I did that is I sit at the front. I'm short-sighted anyway, so I need to sit near the board or I'm not going to see nothing. So I don't have any business sitting at the back. So just naturally being in close proximity to the lecturer, there's just certain things you would pick up that you wouldn't pick up if you sat at the back. I was focused, I wasn't distracted, and people read character. Like I'll give a quick story on an example of how this was recognized. So a particular lecture I had for my cybersecurity and digital forensics degree, and it was a digital forensics module. I did not sit in my usual seat. There was no seating plan or anything. It's university, so you sit where you want. But I always sat in a particular seat. And the one time I didn't sit there, the first thing my lecturer said before we even started the course, Rakeem, Kash, Kwame, why are you sitting there? And I said, I'm sitting there because the computer's not working. So you see, just familiarity, it was recognized, and he was used to me sitting there. So
Yeah, and even that, you can talk about those conversations that you had with your professor, isn't it? You
literally,
can speak about this at interviews, and then
mm-hmm.
because so in that circumstance at university, the professor's obviously, in terms of seniority, he's above you, isn't he? You're the student, he's the teacher. So you're already being able to communicate with somebody we could call a stakeholder.
Yeah, it would be.
Not your peer, like you said. He's not your peer. He's your teacher. He's there to do a job and teach you, but you're going around that and also picking up other things and connecting on a personal level, and building a rapport, really. And that comes down, that would be helpful, I'm assuming, when it comes to modules, asking questions that he may not answer to the whole cohort, that he'd be willing to give you an answer for because you've built that sort of rapport.
It's true. Even like, I just add very quickly, this is a gem for the audience. Don't quote me which 48 laws of power it is, but you need to be good to people that can influence or affect you. In this case, as Kash pointed out, I was the student, the lecturer was the lecturer. That person influences the grade that I get. I'm not saying, obviously, everything that I got was of due merit, but it's a positive reinforcement in their head when they're marking your work. So forget whether it's lecturer, anyone that can affect your situation or how things that you do, you need to give them the utmost respect, and you can do that without being a kiss ass.
Yeah, I mean, you could relate this to corporate. You could be, maybe you're not present in a meeting, but they're reviewing the work that you've done with your team. Those people that know you on a deeper level, like further than just how you do your job, they'll know, oh, this is what Kash was thinking when they must have been in this situation. They can sort of relate, they start to relate to you, and they're like, oh, this is probably why he's made this decision, when you're not there to back yourself up. So
yeah,
that's really important, because when you build those relationships, then you've got people that look out for your back. Obviously,
100%.
there are those people that are just out for themselves, but
100%.
You've got to be able to identify those. That's just as useful as a skill.
It's true, and just to give a bit more context, it's yes, it was intentional, but it was genuine. Like, when you build rapport with somebody, you find and make a way. It's genuine. You will just naturally click. So although that's a power, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I must go and do that. And I don't like the lecturer. Let's just say hypothetically, I didn't like the lecturer, and I'm just forcing that relationship just to be good to them. Yeah, there'll be situations where you may be forced to do that, but genuinely built a good rapport with my lecturer that, you know what, I hold him in high esteem.
Yeah, so it's not just general sort of networking that we're saying is the cheat code. It's more like that organic relationship building, network building that actually in turn results in sort of genuine results, if you know what I mean.
100%.
And like you said, you weren't making that connection or reaching out to the lecturer or showing extra interest just for the sake of it, but you also weren't doing it for something in return.
Exactly. That's the key. That's the key point.
You were living and being your own personality,
literally,
and being a good human being, being a good student in that circumstance. And that's what, if we relate to corporate, you want to be a good colleague, you want to be a good teammate, you want to be a good teacher sometimes, or mentor in certain circumstances. So I think that's very much important. So these societies and these networking events that you do get access to at universities, which is amazing, it can be a little bit of a cheat code, and actually an employer could care about these extracurriculars, couldn't they?
100%. And you will, yeah, they will. And the best way you get to practice that, another little cheat code, is attend your careers fairs. Speak to the employers that you want to work for that are there. Build a rapport. Again, this is where it goes back to personality. Really master the craft of learning how to talk to all types of people, and being able to convey a message, and also being well received is very important, because that can be the make or break. Yes, things should be based off of merit, but these little added bits is what sweetens the deal, with what can make you unemployed to employed. So if you go to these careers fair and actually speak to people, gain some information, show knowledge, be attentive, this is what's gonna edge you and make you different from somebody else. Because unfortunately, getting a degree doesn't just mean you automatically get a job.
Yeah, and I'd even build on that. Is that I know you mentioned go up to the people the companies that you recognise at careers fairs, but maybe even go up to those companies that you don't know about,
100%.
just to, and that's genuine, isn't it? You
Mhm.
want to learn about what do they do and why would I want to work for this organisation, and the sort of day-to-day things and the different roles that they offer. That maybe that be that uncomfortable. So everybody recognises the big four, don't they? And they want to go up to them
Of course.
during the careers fairs, but maybe go up to that sort of startup or something like that. And you never know where that conversation could lead. It might not be straight away, but further down the line, you've connected with them on LinkedIn, you've gained some experience that sort of aligns to their company's needs, and then bish bash bosh, you've got a job. You've got a follow-up job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I can only speak living from my own experience, but as Kash said, speaking to companies that you may not know of, explore that curiosity and talk to them, because I could blatantly tell certain companies are here for certain disciplines or careers, had nothing to do with cyber, but I was curious enough to find out what they do and ask, I know, given cybersecurity, I know it should be implemented in every organization. So for the people that were there, it made me bring that to their attention and be like, so if you don't have a cybersecurity department, which is probably unlikely, or maybe they don't have graduate positions for it, it's about how do you start that conversation? How do you even get that going? And you know what? Connected with the person on LinkedIn and said, it was great to meet you, da-da-da-da-da. And you know what? Though we couldn't do anything there and then at that time, that person has remembered me. So if there's any positions in the future, then he can hit up my DM. He can vouch for me because he personally saw me.
Yeah,
so
like you've connected to him, but then you've followed up
exactly
because you've made that personal connection during the careers fair,
and there's nothing can beat that.
Exactly. So societies, networking, use them to your advantage whilst you're at university, so that can build upon whatever grade you get. It's just add an extra sauce into your recipe, isn't it? Basically.
Facts. Yeah, man.
But another thing that I don't have much experience with, but I know is a valuable thing for students or graduates, recent graduates, is internships. It's something that I get asked about a lot, which is valuable. But why do some students not have the knowledge of them, or why do they leave it too late to apply to these?
I think internships are highly underrated. I think internships is a good oversight for a student to truly understand if that's the path that they want to go into. Yes, sometimes an internship is days, a week, a month. Whether you're doing it or not, you get an understanding of whether that's what you want to do. And to even secure an internship is a great opportunity for you to practice your interview skills, and really just speak to people. And I feel the more times that you're exposed to going to interviews, you are now making yourself a force to be reckoned with compared to people that don't even apply for it.
So how do you find out about these internships? And
so multiple ways. LinkedIn is the main one.
But I know that we've started offering this on It's Techie, haven't we? That people can, we're trying to find these graduate schemes for you, these internships. So can you speak on that, Kwame? What are we doing there?
Yeah, so obviously It's Techie, we've done this. It's designed to help you. So any opportunities that we see, we'll be posting directly on our platforms. We've got a LinkedIn page. We've also put it on our TikTok, Instagram. It varies, but we'll be posting opportunities. So when you see them, really do lock in and apply.
Yeah, we're trying to help our family out. We don't want you to be late to the sort of internship party or the grad scheme party. We want to get you those roles.
We want to see you all win. We can do this together. There's enough seats on the table for everyone to be here.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. So stay tuned and look out for that, and make sure you follow us on LinkedIn. So if you're wondering, where is everybody getting these internship opportunities? They're locked into It's Techie, so
Facts.
you know where to find them.
Be there or be square, as they say.
But is there a specific time period where you say to people that you should look out for an internship? Because we had this question.
So it varies depending on the organization, but mainly for internship, it depends when the internship is in the year. But I feel like the hot periods are going to be between, okay, let's start from the top of the year. So I feel you can get opportunities maybe around February time for spring internships. Then I'd say around springtime, so we're talking April to May for summer internships. That's around the time where you're going to find some opportunities. And then for people that are doing a whole year internship, it'd still be in the spring/summertime to apply for those, to go through that round. And then other opportunities that start at the top of the year now, you're looking from about, let's just say, between September to December time, possibly even stretching to early Jan. And and again, it depends on the organization and the type of internships. But I think if you look around those particular times, that's when you're going to find something.
Okay, we appreciate that game, but I think that's led the audience to believe that you've got to be locked in all year round. You've got to be proactive if you want to find these opportunities and really shape your future.
100%, because as much as It's Techie will post opportunities, yes, that's what we've seen at that particular time, but that opportunity could be gone in a day or two. So you need to, again, game for the audience. That CV got to be ready, has to be ready to apply, and just apply. Don't wait on it. Don't sit on it. Don't say, I'm going to do it on the weekend. Make it the next task when you're next available to get that done.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, on a lighter note, let's finish up the episode on some quickfire questions like you guys enjoyed on the last episodes. So we're going to keep and come in with these interesting sections. So the quickfire questions are here to stay. So do you want to go first or shall I go first?
We'll start with you. So I'm going to ask you the quickfire questions.
Okay.
Night out or library?
Night out.
Okay. Internship or travel?
Internship.
First or 2-1?
First.
Placement year, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
And I'm right back at you. Night out or library?
Night out.
Internship or travel?
Internship.
First or 2-1?
First.
Placement year, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Well. Okay, I know it's a quick fire round, but let's build on these. We both said night out.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend all your time in library, do you? It's university.
No, I'll be honest with you. Doing my undergrad, as in the library, maybe 4 times.
Yeah, I can count it on one hand. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
In terms of internship or travel, this is my opinion, and it might be sort of a hot take, but you've got plenty of time to travel in the rest of your life. You're going to be earning good money, hopefully, in a position so you can actually travel to better places and experience places and cultures better. That internship, like I said, that building phase, you're only going to get that opportunity at once.
Yeah, agreed. Similar to you, I value my time. So to not dissing anybody, but a year not doing anything to go around traveling, that doesn't appeal to me. To me, that's 1 year further away on where I'd want to be. Not for me. But different strokes for different folks, I suppose.
Yeah, and we both said no to the placement year. What was your opinion on that?
Yeah. I said no. Again, I'm going back to time. I just don't think it's enough to guarantee you a gig. I think it can help, but I don't think it's mandatory. So that's why I said no. What about you?
Yeah, I said no for a similar reason, especially if you're in one of those degrees that we talked about on a previous episode, about one of those degrees that you definitely know that you're not going to do after university. So what's the point wasting a year doing a placement in that field?
No, agreed.
If you're not going to go into it.
Yeah, agreed. Now, guys, I hope you guys really got game and locked in with this, because there's definitely a lot of gems that were shared on here. So, of course, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And our final note would be, your degree alone will not get you hired.
Yeah, that's real talk from your boys here at It's Techie. So, yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.
Love.